Get started. Just want to say, if you like these videos, like, subscribe, send it to a friend, tell your members about it. So today's video is on Mason, on upgrading him to a UR hero from his purple. Is it worth it? How do I do it? As well as hero swap. So if you haven't been upgrading all your heroes, or let's say you did in the beginning of the game and you wanted to change it, you can do this right here, which is a level swap, okay? So you have a couple tickets. The way it works is I put the hero that I want to upgrade in here, okay? So whoever it is, if I want to do, I'll do a small one for you just to show you. If I want to do here and here, all this is doing is I'm going to change levels for these two. You obviously have a limited amount of tickets, so just so you're aware. And you can see here, after this event starts, level of any two heroes can be swapped. Swapping levels may lock skills unlocked by level increasing hero and can also restore set skill levels. So when I do this, it's just an example. It's going to show you what happens. So right here, it changes. So for example, if you have a hero that you want to get maxed out, you could always do this, change it, and have that. But remember, you have limited tickets. So that's a level swap. You're able to do your heroes there. So if there's one that you wanted to do and you max out a different one, or you're not doing Mason, you could always swap those out. Now, as far as Mason, this is where it is. Let me show you real fast. So in here, you'll have the opportunity to do this, right? So depending on where your level is, determines how many shards you get. So if he's on your wall of honor and you have it over 160, they're going to give you back enough to max him out. If you don't, it's going to give you equivalent to what it is. So you have him like 120 or certain ranges. It's going to give you around 8 to 870 range, close to 9. The skill medals come as well. Now the question that I get a lot is he worth upgrading again? Because you're going to get all of his skill medals back. Everything you invested into him, is it worth doing it again? And there's a few ways to answer this, and it really depends on what your squad for tank looks like before I could tell you yes or no. So I think, is he worth upgrading? Yes, I think he is. Again, you can use his purple shards. That's why you notice that they are in the store here, because they want you to use your alliance points to get them and buy them and use them on him. So when you do that, what it's going to look like is he's just going to be a UR gold, just like the other ones, and then you're just going to see he's no longer going to be on your wall. He's going to be there. You'd have to max him out again, which would require you use his shards, right? With that being said, it depends what your lineup looks like. If you're not really using him, but you plan to use him in a different one, then absolutely, I would say upgrade him and do his skills. If you're not planning on using him at all, and you're going to stick traditionally all of your tank and everything else, so you're going to run all missile, all air, all tank, then I would say just upgrading him would be fine. You know, get him to level 5, and if you decide that you want to use him down the road, you can always save up enough skill points to do that. Unless you had him to a ridiculous amount, then I get it. But if not, and you don't plan on using him at all, it really makes no sense. If you're a free-to-play, you're obviously investing heavily into your first squad. So if your first squad is tank and you don't have all the heroes, then I would say this would make more sense for you to have more of attackers if you did not unlock them all. But the other heroes that are unlocked, if you have them all, Marshall and everyone else, tends to be a little bit better in a lineup than Mason. I've seen some people who run them. I feel, for me, the skill medals back into them, but again, you can get those, you get them throughout the game. So if you decide that you want to do that, you always can. It's not like once you do it and you invest it somewhere else, it's going to happen. My low to like a medium spender, I would say if you have the resources, do it. Have him there. It's always going to help if you need to switch him out and use him for World Balls or anything else. It's always good to switch up lineups and see how he fits for you. I would say my high spenders and excess of over 500 or more a month or week, I would say I would upgrade him. It's like I said, it's good to have him. If you even want to put him on your I call it less beefy squad. Your third March, or even most likely your fourth March, and throw him on there to add a little bit. then there's nothing wrong with that. But again, if I'm just strictly upgrading him, I think that's fine. If you, again, free to play and you don't have everyone, then this makes more sense for you. It also makes more sense if you're going to throw him up in, like, let's say a lineup here, and he's going to help out, and you're going to have a mixture of squads, which that's where mine is. That would make more sense for me, right? It wouldn't make sense for me to get him, upgrade him, use all his skill medals again, and throw him in a lineup that he's not going to be in. Because then it's just, you can put those skill medals to a hero that's in your first squad that you're building up. Because remember, free to play, medium, or high, unless you are a high spender and you're doing two squads, your primary goal is to get your first squad as strong as you possibly can. That's through skills, that's through your gear, that's through everything else. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. But again, level swap all in season 1, level swap, hero promotion right there, and you can see right there you have 1 token to do it. Each season they're going to give you a new hero. The first season is Mason, and then you have one every single season. And then the same thing, you level swap. So, alright guys, I hope this helps. If you kind of feel lost, I just put out a new guide. It's a guide that covers all different things. If you want to hear more about that or interested, or you just want to donate to the channel, help it grow, Twitch, Discord, or in the game. Again, all the videos at the end of the month get uploaded into YouTube. Alright guys, see you out there. Good luck.